Huda Beauty has a clear message for us. Empower every woman, regardless of their ethnicity, of their beliefs, their religion. Doesn't matter. Just empower. And your wish is my command. I made a poll on my Instagram because I actually purchased both Pat McGrath Celestial Nirvana eyeshadow palette and also the Huda Beauty Empower eyeshadow palette. They arrived on the same day. And I was like, okay, I don't have time to, whip up reviews and edit and bring them up here on YouTube. And who else but you, my followers, to really decide what you want to see first. And here it is. The poll doesn't lie. Huda Beauty, 68%. There you have it, 68%. So that's it. Your wish is my command. Here to my review of the new Huda Beauty Empower palette. A palette of 18 eyeshadows made in Italy. As per usual, her big eyeshadow palettes, they are made in Italy. And usually she's bringing the last few years, one per year during the holiday season. So this is her holiday 2022 eyeshadow palette. It doesn't seem like it's limited edition, thank goodness. At least the other eyeshadow palettes also that she has brought for the holidays of previous years have stayed permanent on her line, which is fantastic. The palette has a shelf life of 24 months, and this is a unique card, very nice. And then let me tell you that on the back, I don't know if the camera is going to be able to show it to you, but you see right here these little bumps. I think this is Braille language for those who are visually impaired. I don't know, I'm not sure, but that's what it seems like. And if it's that, wow, that to me, it just speaks volume, because that is a true way to empower other people. So that, to me, it touched my heart. If it is, it touched my heart. Let's go to the actual palette right here. It costs $67. It's available right now at Huda's website as well as Sephora. I will be leaving all the details where to find this palette, the links, absolutely everything as far as my makeup, jewelry, etc. Everything will be in the description box below for your convenience. And thank you so much to all of you, my dear friends, who shop through my links. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. If you're new here to my channel, thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much to all of you, my dear friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Believe me, you don't want to miss any of my uploads. I do here a ton of reviews, comparison swatches, and all the jazz. So here it is. I think I actually really like the entire palette. It feels not super heavyweight, but weighty. It feels very luxurious. I don't know, it feels sturdy, and I really love Huda's eyes. I know some people say, oh, that's boring, but you know what? No, this is hair. I love it. I truly love it. And also, if you notice right here, this is kind of like a QR code, and Huda Beauty invites you to scan the QR code, and it will take you to see if you will win a one-to-one conversation with Huda. And basically kind of like she will, I don't want to say that she will mentor you, but she will help you at giving you advice if you want to start on something, or anything of that sort. So just make sure you scan it. If you win, then you will get that one-to-one conversation with Huda Beauty. That will be fantastic. I will do so and see if I get to talk with Huda herself. So there you have it, friends. Let's open it up right here. Oh my gosh, she is a beauty. I think something very needed for Huda Beauty in terms of her 18-pan palettes, because usually her 18-pan palettes have been a lot of either pink shades, some mauve tones, well, Mercury retrograde, which is amazing. That brought us a little bit of color, but there hasn't been a lot of her eyeshadows that has this a little bit of combination of warm tones, still playing with those purple mauvey tones, gold tones. To me, it looks fantastic. And by the way, I film in natural light, and it is kind of late, so I'm gonna try my best to give you 2 eyeshadow looks, but let's go ahead and get started with some swatches. I'm gonna swatch the palette row by row, and this palette has a combination of metallic shades, also some matte shades, shimmer shades, some glosses too. We're gonna talk all about that. go for Purpose, which is a gel formula. Now, when Huda did her presentation, you have to set this gel. It's not self-setting. Ooh, this Courageous is a little bit kind of like at least like a duochrome. Do you see the flip right there? Oh my gosh, this is so flaky and creamy. Limitless. Oh, look at that. Purpose, Courageous, Limitless, Confident, Charisma, Keep Going, Big Dreams. Now, Charisma is also a very textured kind of shade, but not as creamy as Limitless. Now, I'm very intrigued about this shade Manifested. It seems like it's a little like river or like a crack on earth. And in fact, you can see the gloss over top. Just have to mix it in. Ooh, this is very pretty. Manifested, Bold Moves, Do It, Power, Get It. Worthy is another gel shade. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna swatch it up here to see the difference in shade. Okay, so Worthy is more of like a deep brown shade. Now, this Purpose, it's a black gel shade. Her marble shade, so pretty. Rebel, Visionary, Best Self, and Legacy. Oof. And there you have it, that's the palette. A really nice mix of warm tones with some purples, golden tones. Let's just go ahead and start with the first eyeshadow look. BK Beauty 202 brush and the shade Big Dreams. And by the way, the day that I'm uploading this video, BK Beauty is having a restock sale, 20% off in so many items, bundles and whatnot. I will be leaving all the details and the link to BK Beauty on the description box below too. But I just wanted to let you know that because that's a really good deal. Look at the smooth application of this eyeshadow. Wow. Okay, Huda, I'm impressed. BK Beauty 205 brush and the shade Winner. And I'm taking this shade and applying it on the outer third. Sonia G Mini Booster, I'm going to the shade Confident. And I'm taking this shade and applying it on the outer third. Smith 253 brush and the shade Courageous. And I'm taking this shade and applying it like right on the third of the eyelid. I know this is becoming very, very deep and intense super quickly. With my finger, I'm gonna go to the shade Manifested. And again, this is a gel hybrid formulation. And I'm taking it right here. I'm gonna go for a little more. This is kind of like a cream eyeshadow. See? It's very easy to apply to. I'm building it up just a little bit more. Not that I need to, but we can see how it builds up. Okay, if you build it up too much, it starts to wrinkle. And that's not a sexy look. Let me tell you that. Because you don't want these to age you. So I will say a little goes a long way. BK Beauty 208 brush, and let's go with the shade Purpose. And by the way, I have to tell you that the palette has a very nice eye mirror. Really like the mirror, it's a great quality. Okay, and I'm gonna line upper lash line with this. It's a really nice shade, nice and black. And if it's hard for you to actually create a wing, using cream liner, it's ideal. It's a lot easier this way. I'm gonna go with this shade Duet, and I'm using a Scott Barnes number 62 brush. I just want to use a little bit of this shade to kind of blend in the edges so that it does transition a little bit better. Oh, there you go. I like that. Now, let's see right here. I do have the two gels. Okay, you can still wrap them so they are not self-setting, which is okay. You can always use one of the eyeshadows, like the matte eyeshadows, and set it. So I'm just gonna use shade Confident, just the tip, and I'm just gonna go over top that gel liner so that I may just set it. Big Dreams with a BK Beauty 204 brush. I'm gonna go with the shade Power. I already put some lashes on, a little bit of mascara underneath. Again, everything will be in the description box below. But I was thinking to go to this shade Bold Moves, which is beautiful. It's very metallic, but I'm just gonna put it right in the middle and see what happened. Oh, I like what happened there. I actually like it a lot. You know, you give a combination of that warm tone, cooler tone, and then, you know, deep and cool tone at the end. I like that. Okay, now let's go into the second eyeshadow look. Let's go to the shade Power with a BK Beauty 202 brush. And I'm gonna take it above the crease. Sonia G Mini Booster and the shade Keep Going. BK Beauty 205 brush, and I'm gonna go to the shade Legacy. And I'm gonna take this shade on the outer third. BK Beauty Builder Pro and the shade Duet. I'm gonna put it right here. Oh, that's a beautiful shade. And now I'm gonna go to this foil shade here called Limitless. And I'm just gonna tap it with my finger. I don't know if you're able to see, but it's very flaky. Okay, let me use my other finger. So it's a little bit easier for me too. And it's very creamy too. I'm just gonna take it inner. Oh, tap it, tap it. You see, like, it's very flaky. It has a lot of texture. It's a pretty shade. Now I'm gonna go again for Limitless, and I wanna swatch Charisma, which is the other gold shade, so that way you can see the differences between the shades. See right there? Doesn't seem like much, huh? The differences. Charisma is a lot more yellow in tone. This is Charisma. This is Limitless. There you go. This one has a little bit more bronze into it. Limitless, the one that I have applied right here. You know, just for the fun of it, to see how much difference it will make. Let's go for Charisma. And it's another formula too. And I'm just gonna tap it kind of like in the middle. The difference is not a lot, as you can see. And it's just adding more texture, but there you have it. With a BK Beauty 208 brush, I'm gonna go to the shade Worthy, which is the gel eyeliner in the deepest brown. And I'm just gonna line my upper lashes with that. BK Beauty 204 brush. I'm going to the shade Keep Going. Going back to this shade, and I'm just gonna take it again on the lower lash line. With a Refer 03 brush, I'm gonna go to this shade, which is called Power. And again, taking it for my inner corner. Oops. And also on my brow bone. Just a little. I'm gonna brighten it up a lot of my lashes, but alright, my friends, here you go. These are the two eyeshadow looks using the new Huda Beauty Empowered eyeshadow palette. Now going really quick into comparisons, a lot of you have asked, what about Empowered versus the new NATASHA DENONA My Dream palette? We can all see a little bit of similarities, and I have gone ahead and just swatched not all the NATASHA DENONA eyeshadow palette, but most of the shades right here on the right side. And yes, there are some similarities, a little, which I think at the end, both of them are a little bit similar. They are going to have just slight, like similarities there, close cousins, but not really sisters. I think if so, the main difference between the new My Dream palette from NATASHA DENONA is that this one leans a little bit more magenta in tone, and also even the warmer tones, they are not so golden. They are not even bronzy in tone, but rather just warm, in general terracotta in tone, while the one from Huda Beauty is definitely more gold in tone, a little bit more orangey, a little bit more brick in tone too, per se. And also the shades are not so magenta, but rather like deep eggplant, very cool tone kind of eyeshadows. So there is quite a bit of a difference at the end. Also with the one from Huda Beauty, I feel like you can get more intense eyeshadow look, something that, like for example, this eyeshadow look is very intense. In general, I think this is a very amp up kind of eyeshadow palette, and like the name says it, is empowering. It's just like strong, is your kind of like nude kind of palette with cool tones and warm tones, but to a certain voltage. It's way up there. It's just to kind of give that extra confidence that you can do it. It's not, I will not say this is an everyday palette. And I think that, for example, I like both of these two golden shades, but I feel in a way she could have given us a little bit of a different shade, a little bit of a lighter shade, perhaps on these kind of like dark purpley eggplant tones, something a little bit lighter, another shade more cool tone. And also I wish she could have given us a darker shade than these two instead of giving us two of these or two of these. I don't know. I just feel that there needs to be a little bit of a difference. Sorry, there's an airplane passing by, so there's nothing that I can do about it. Overall, I really like the palette. I think this is the thing with Huda Beauty. All the time that she comes out with her holiday palette, it's a really well done palette. And I really enjoy that she is a little bit more adventurous and that she introduces formulas that she wants to bring. She wants to just test them and see what is our reaction, what we think about these formulations. It's a little bit of try. Do I think that she needed to put two gel liners here? Not really, but let's take into account that these ones can serve you as a base, kind of like what we see with Patrick Ta's formula, that we have two cream eyeshadows, same thing right here. I don't think it was necessarily to have both of them. Perhaps I would just go with the brown one. That's just me personally, or the black one. That's fine too. You can use it as a base. That's just my 2 cents. I like this shade quite a bit too. But the only thing is just go lightly. Don't use too much because as you were able to see, if you use too much, it becomes a little bit, it will age your eyelid because it's just of a thicker consistency. So a little goes a long way. And this shade right here is honestly spectacular. This shade, Charisma, is really nice, very yellow, but I just think it's too textured for my likes. Other than that, an excellent palette from Huda Beauty. One of the most epic palettes for the holiday season, let me tell you that. Okay, my friends, and I think this makes it for this video. Let me know if you're planning to pick up the Empowered Huda Beauty palette, or if you perhaps have already picked it up, if you are already playing with it, what you think about it. And honestly, these are the shades that we're going to see for fall and the winter season. It's going to be a lot of these muted eggplant deep tones, magenta tones, with some pops of bronze and copper tones. That's the trend, aside to a lot of green. Green is going to come in strong soon. And yeah, Natasha, DENONA. Yes. Okay, my friends, and I think this makes it for this video. Do not forget and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. Come and follow me on my Instagram. And if you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share with family and friends. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.